So we've talked a little bit about the advocacy piece. We've talked about the rights of the child. We've talked about key challenges and resources. But now I want to shift to a little bit more of a human conversation, which is about racialized newcomer and immigrant children and students themselves. It's no secret that we're going through a pandemic. We may or may not be at the tail end of it, but this has really wreaked havoc on the stress levels for our young people. So I guess from your experience, can you speak a little bit to maybe the stress that comes along with navigating the education system for students, for newcomer and immigrant students?
So as you mentioned, there is a cost to being resilient and strong all the time. A lot of our students, whether it's at home or at school, are just pushed to just take it all in and keep trudging along. The issue with that is that it makes you feel super alone. And when you feel super lonely, it exacerbates all of that stress. You feel as though you don't have anybody to talk to. You feel as though you can't even lean on your own teachers that you see for more than half of the day. And that's really, really difficult. So what my suggestion would be to a lot of students is to identify people in your life who you know you can actually trust. People in your life who you know will be there for you and won't just tell you to be quiet and trudge along, but will tell you, hey, like what you're going through is not okay. Let's talk about it. Let's go for a walk. Let's paint together. Let's do something that uplifts your spirit together. And I think a lot of our students don't get the opportunity to have somebody that gives them that chance to just talk and to just be, because we're always just kind of taught to be strong, especially in the school system. A lot of times what I see is, particularly with our boys, what happens is that, at school, they're being put into a stream, or they're being put into situations that they wouldn't have wanted to be in the first place. And instead of kind of fighting for themselves, it brings down their self-esteem, so they don't fight for themselves. And there's no one there to kind of tell them, hey, like, this is not okay, fight for yourself, right? Because whenever they do, they're labeled as aggressive, as annoying, as taking things out of context. And that's something that I tend to see a lot is families who do bring cases of discrimination to a school or to an administration. The administration is always saying that the student is taking things out of context. So if that happens enough times, no one's going to want to speak up about what's going on. They're just going to keep it in. So all of that to say, our students need somebody that will just listen, that'll be there with them, and that'll tell them that what they're going through, whether it's through the education system, the justice system, whatever it is not okay, and that there will be somebody there to just listen.